Have you ever wondered just how dark the annals of human history can get? The answer lies in the chilling stories of pain, suffering, and cruelty that have unfolded throughout the ages. Today, we're about to descend into the abyss, delving deep into the darkest corners of human creativity, where unimaginable methods of torture were not only conceived, but mercilessly employed. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the most fascinating and sometimes horrifying aspects of our past. In today's video, we're peeling back the layers of history to expose a topic that is not for the faint of heart. We will be delving into the macabre world of the most evil torture methods in history. Before we proceed, a word of caution. The content we'll be discussing is deeply disturbing, and it serves as a stark reminder of the depths of human cruelty. We share these stories not to glorify or sensationalize the past, but to shed light on the grim historical realities and the importance of learning from them. Viewer discretion is advised. In this video, we will explore several of history's most sinister torture methods, each more horrifying than the last. We will discuss the mechanics behind these tortures, the twisted minds that devised them, and the historical context that allowed such brutality to occur. By examining these dark chapters of our past, we aim to ensure that they are never forgotten. So, if you're ready to journey into the annals of history and confront the darkest corners of human nature, let's begin our exploration of the most evil torture methods in history. Introduce the first torture method, the rack. The rack, often regarded as one of the most excruciatingly painful torture devices in history, was designed with the sinister purpose of stretching a person's limbs to their limits, inflicting unbearable agony. It consisted of a rectangular wooden frame with rollers at both ends, where the victim's wrists and ankles were secured by restraints. The torturer would then turn a crank, causing the rollers to move in opposite directions, progressively stretching the victim's body. The origins of the rack can be traced back to ancient Greece, but it gained widespread use during the medieval period in Europe. Notably, it was employed during the Spanish Inquisition and various witch hunts of the 16th and 17th centuries. One of the most infamous cases involved the English Catholic martyr, St. Margaret Clitheroe, who was subjected to the rack in 1586 for her refusal to convert to Protestantism. The device was a gruesome tool of intimidation during those dark times, often used to extract confessions or punish those deemed heretical. Introduce the second torture method, the Iron Maiden. The Iron Maiden is a nightmarish coffin-shaped chamber designed to deliver excruciating pain and suffering. Its exterior resembles a woman's figure, with spikes lining the inside. The victim would be placed inside, and the doors closed, causing the sharp spikes to pierce their flesh as they slowly bled to death or endured prolonged agony. The Iron Maiden's history is shrouded in mystery, with limited concrete evidence of its widespread use during the medieval and Renaissance period. It's often considered more of a legend than a widely used torture device. Nevertheless, it has become an enduring symbol of cruelty and has been featured in various fictional works, perpetuating its terrifying image. Introduce the third torture method, the Pear of Anguish. The Pear of Anguish, also known as the choke pear, was a diabolical instrument designed to cause intense pain and damage. It had a pear-shaped head made of metal or wood with segments that could be expanded by turning a screw. This device was inserted into a victim's orifice, such as the mouth, anus, or vagina, and then slowly expanded, causing severe internal injuries and immense suffering. The Pear of Anguish was used during various historical periods, primarily in Europe during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. It was often employed to punish those accused of blasphemy, heresy, or witchcraft. Victims who suffered this torment were left with lasting physical and psychological trauma. The use of such a sadistic device reflects the extreme brutality of the times and the lengths to which individuals and authorities would go to extract confessions or exert control over perceived threats. Introduce the fourth torture method. The Judas cradle was a gruesome torture device employed during the medieval and Renaissance era. This macabre apparatus consisted of a tall wooden pyramid or pyramid-shaped seat with a sharp pointed tip at the apex. Victims were hoisted and lowered onto the point of the pyramid, often through the use of ropes and pulleys. The purpose of the Judas cradle was to inflict unimaginable pain by forcing the victim to straddle the pointed tip. As the victim's weight bore down, the sharp tip would slowly penetrate their body, typically through the anus or vagina, causing excruciating internal injuries. Torturers often added weights to increase the agony further. It was not uncommon for victims to die from infection, internal injuries, or sheer torment. The Judas cradle was utilized in various parts of Europe during the Inquisition and other periods of intense religious and political upheaval. Historical accounts tell of individuals accused of heresy, witchcraft, or treason subjected subjected to this nightmarish device. The agony inflicted by the Judas cradle serves as a chilling reminder of the brutality that characterized many societies throughout history. Introduce the fifth torture method, the brazen bull. The brazen bull, also known as the Sicilian bull, was a fiendish invention attributed to ancient Greece, but most notably associated with the tyrant Phalaris of Sicily. It was a large, hollow bronze statue of a bull with a door on one side and a series of tubes that connected to the bull's mouth. Victims would be placed inside the hollow bull through the door, and a fire would be lit beneath it. As the fire heated the bronze, the interior temperature would rise, causing the person inside to roast alive. The tubes in the bull's mouth were designed to amplify the victim's screams, giving the eerie impression that the bull itself was bellowing. The brazen bull's horrifying function made it a symbol of sadistic cruelty and a gruesome spectacle. One of the most notorious cases involving the brazen bull was its use on its alleged inventor, Phalaris himself. He ordered the execution of a metalworker who had crafted the bull for him. This horrifying method was also employed during the reign of other tyrants and despots throughout history. Its chilling function and the terror it invoked underscore the depths of human cruelty in various societies and periods. Introduce the sixth torture method, the pear of sorrow. The pear of sorrow is a sinister variation of the pear of anguish. Similar in design, it was a pear-shaped object made of metal or wood, but instead of being inserted into orifice, it was forced into the victim's mouth. When the pear of sorrow was activated by turning a screw, it would expand inside the victim's mouth, causing severe pain and often leading to disfigurement or death. This method was employed as a means of silencing dissent or punishing those who spoke out against the authorities. Historical records indicate that the pear of sorrow was used during the Spanish Inquisition and in various other instances of political or religious persecution. Its use was a horrifying form of censorship and control, as it not only caused physical agony, but also instilled fear and silenced potential critics. The pear of sorrow is a somber reminder of the lengths to which those in power would go to suppress dissent and maintain their authority. In closing, we've journeyed through a harrowing exploration of some of history's most chilling torture methods, each more gruesome than the last. These stories of cruelty, pain, and suffering remind us of the depths to which human beings can descend when driven by fear, power, or fanaticism. It's crucial to remember history's darker aspects, not to revel in the horror, but to ensure that such atrocities are never repeated. By shining a light on these macabre chapters of our past, we hope to foster an understanding of the importance of empathy, tolerance, and justice in our world today. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.